we saw this man who was off to the side, and he was smoking a cigarette, and he started to show that he was pretty hurt, and he had shared that he was an ex-Khmer Rouge soldier, and he shared stories of how he was forced to kill people and things that were really difficult for him to live with today, and he couldn't forgive himself of these things. Not even at the temple, the Buddhist temple, were they willing to forgive him of his sins. So we talked about how Jesus was willing to forgive, and he didn't believe us at first, and so as we asked if we could pray for him, pray a blessing over him, and pray that peace would come into his mind, we prayed, and he felt the presence of the Lord, and he said, "If that was your God, then I know that he has forgiven me," and he accepted the Lord after that. My name is Ben Wondering, and I live in Pailin, Cambodia. In Colorado Springs, I did my DTS in 2010. I joined staff right afterwards, and I started to staff the discipleship training schools. I knew I wanted to be in Cambodia when I experienced it. I experienced the culture, I saw what God was doing there, and I was there long enough to be able to see, oh, this is what God is doing, and I want to be a part of it. In 2014, there was a map that was laid out during a prayer time. And I looked at Pailin on the map and asked somebody, "What's going on in Pailin?" They said, "Nothing, you don't want to go there." And I started asking more questions about the history and Christianity in Pailin, and they started saying that it's less than 0.5% Christian. So there's about 300 Christians in this province of 80,000 people. And as soon as I heard that, I became curious of what we could do to reach more people for Jesus here. I started hearing about their history and how the Khmer Rouge, the Pol Pot regime that happened in the 60s and the 70s, the big genocide that happened here, is catastrophic. They chose Pailin as their stronghold. There's a lot of warfare here, a lot of brokenness, and as soon as I heard about the sad past of it, I just started being inspired by how God wanted to redeem that story. I never thought that I would be a YWAM base leader, a director. I really just wanted to be here. I wanted to introduce people to Jesus, and what better way to lead more people to Jesus than to invite more people to do it. We have a youth development center. We educate about 200 students every day, Monday to Friday. We have a kids ministry that we do kids programs in 6 different villages with about 180 kids, and we do church planting. We've planted 4 churches. We came here prayerfully about what to do with the youth development center, and went for it. We were expecting 40, hoping for 50, and we had 180 students that showed up on the first week. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know if we should keep accepting them, if we should just cut it off at some point, but we really felt like we were supposed to accept them and trust the Lord. So we didn't even have money for enough chairs, we didn't have enough classrooms, so we had to makeshift classrooms, and it ended up being a great success the first quarter. We were able to bring education to the people of Pailin. So our goal is always to introduce them to Jesus, believing that as soon as they start to follow the Lord, that there's going to be a transformation of society. And so the vision of Pailin, Cambodia, is to see a church planted in all 79 villages of this province. And so we really focus on evangelism and sharing the gospel with people, and making sure that even if we're teaching English, if we're doing kids ministry, whatever we're doing, we're trying to plant churches in their villages. And so the vision of Pailin is to see a church planted in all 79 villages. My personal vision is to see YWAM planted in all 25 provinces of Cambodia. So when I leave Pailin, I do hope to see more pioneering works happen in Cambodia.